German court orders the extradition of Iranian terrorist diplomat. The state Supreme Court in Bamberg, Germany agreed to the extradition of the clerical regime's diplomat Assadollah Assadi to Belgium. The court statement reiterated, all extradition conditions have been met and there are no barriers to extradition. The accused cannot invoke diplomatic immunity and the continuation of the extradition proceedings is the responsibility of the general prosecutor in Bamberg. The Iranian resistance welcomes the decision of the Bamberg Supreme Court and stresses on speeding up judicial proceedings in the case of the largest Iranian state-sponsored terrorism project and its operational commander, Assadollah Assadi, and disclosure of all its details. The Iranian regime's state-sponsored terrorism should be referred to the United Nations Security Council. France announces asset freeze on Iranian intelligence service. French authorities have frozen the assets of 2 Iranian men thought to be members of Iran's intelligence services and Iran's Ministry of Security and Intelligence on Tuesday. Assadollah Assadi, an Iranian diplomat accused of masterminding a plot against the Iranian opposition rally in Paris, is one of the men whose assets have been frozen. The move comes after about 200 police officers raided a Shiite Islamic center in the port city of Dunkirk, which was suspected of supporting terrorist organizations with links to Iran. The raid on the Zahara Center, France, was staged as part of the prevention of terrorism procedures, regional authorities said in the statement. A security source said 11 people had been arrested and French authorities froze the financial assets of the center, which is headed by Yahya Qassami, who is known for his anti-Zionist views and links to Iran. Thousands of truckers continue nationwide strike for 9th day. The truck drivers' nationwide strike in Iran has entered its 9th consecutive day on Monday, spreading to new cities and the 4 corners of the country. Despite the fact that the Iranian regime authorities arrested over 120 of the protesting drivers, parallel to the mullah's judiciary authorities and the Revolutionary Guards resorting to voicing verbal threats, the drivers are courageously continuing their strike and paying no attention to the regime's threatening measures. UN Rights Rapporteur presses for permission to visit Iran. The UN Special Rapporteur on the situation of human rights in Iran has again asked the Iranian government for permission to pay an unhindered visit to the country. Javed Rahman, a Pakistani-born British legal scholar who was appointed in July, has repeatedly appealed to Iran to end its 13-year ban on UN rapporteurs travelling there. The report also is an overview of the major areas of human rights concerns in Iran. These are Iran's execution of prisoners, including juvenile offenders, without due process, torture and other cruel, inhumane and degrading treatment or punishment used against prisoners, the denial of basic rights of free speech and freedom of assembly, women's rights, and systematic violations of minority rights.